Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Welcome to the worst movie of every year since I've been alive. Yes, a while back I did my favourite movie of every year since I've been alive. I'll leave a link down below for anyone who hasn't watched it yet, and do comment on it as well please. But now I'm going to do the opposite way around, which is what are the worst movies of every year I've been alive. Of course this is coming from my perspective because everyone has their own opinion on what their least favourite movies of every year are, and for the record I got them all written down after doing a lot of research, and so let us begin. I was born in 1999, so the worst movie of 1999 in my opinion is The Legend of Titanic. A terrible animated version of the sinking of Titanic. I mean, it tells the story in the most stupid way possible, like how come no one dies in this movie? I mean, the real life events are tragic and sad, and if you want to watch a good and timeless version of Titanic, just watch the James Cameron film. That's a way better version. 2000 is Battle for Earth while you were still learning how to spell your name. One of the most unwatchable sci-fi films ever made. The film is shot at Dutch angles, the story makes little to no sense, the costumes look ridiculous in a bad way, the acting's horrid, even from actors that I do like, such as John Travolta, Forest Whitaker and Barry Pepper, and this is somehow based on a novel, which I've never read or even heard of. The whole movie is just a joke. 2001 is Freddy Got Fingered, one of the most disgusting and mean-spirited piece of shit films ever. Tom Green directed, wrote and starred in this movie all by himself. He did an awful job just so he could win a Razzie for Worst Actor, Worst Director as well, and Worst Screen Couple. I mean, there's a scene where he abuses animals. Like, what the fuck? This movie's stupid. 2002 is Halloween Resurrection. I'm a fan of the Halloween franchise. Like, I love a lot of the films. A lot of them I do love. But this is my least favourite movie in the franchise. They kill off Laurie Strode at the beginning. Michael Myers in this one isn't scary, and the other characters are despicable. But thankfully, Halloween 2018 retconned this movie, so good job. But still, Halloween Resurrection, awful. 2003, The Cat in the Hat. Yeah, I love the Dr. Seuss book and the TV special, but this movie adaptation is just god-awful. It's unfaithful to the timeless books when it comes to the characters' personalities. The jokes are inappropriate for a kids' family film. I just hated this adaptation. So, if a computer-animated remake is in the development, which I think it is, at Warner Brothers this time, not Universal, which I heard it is, please let that version be good. And speaking of cats, 2004 is Catwoman. One of the most embarrassing superhero films ever. I watched this recently and it's awful. Terrible action scenes, ridiculous costume on Halle Bailey as Halle Berry. Sorry, got confused there. Halle Berry as Catwoman. Yeah, that's right. Awful action scenes. I don't know, awful and directing and writing. I don't even know what they were going for. It's just cat shit. Let's just say that. Anyways, 2005, Son of the Mask. I love The Mask with Jim Carrey, but this sequel that they made without him is just terrible. The comedy is unfunny, the CGI is too creepy and scary, Jamie Kennedy is awful as Tim Avery. It's just a giant middle finger to the first one, which is great, but Son of the Mask, ugh, go fuck yourself. Anyways, moving on. 2006 is Aragon. Never really read the book, but I heard fans of the books dislike this version, and I can see why. It's kind of boring. I didn't care for the characters, the dragon, or anything else. Everything else I don't really remember, and I don't care to remember it. But I'll read the book one day. But if they reboot this as a television show, which I at Disney Plus, hopefully, please be better. 2007, Bratz the movie. Probably my least favourite movie based on popular toys. I was never a Bratz fan, never will be. This movie is just stupid. It has a bad message for teenage girls. It's a piece of shit. 2008 is Twilight, the worst YA adaptation series ever. Horrible film, bland characters, especially Bella and Edward. Silly vampire love story. I don't know why these movies made so much money, but I watched them a few years ago for the first time, and yeah, I can definitely say it's a bad movie, and don't want to watch this franchise ever again. 2009 is Dragon Ball Evolution, an insulting live-action adaptation of such a great anime series, and that's all I gotta say. Moving on. 2010 is The Last Airbender. Everyone knows this movie is abysmal. It's a disgrace to the original cartoon. And, moving on. 2011, Jack and Jill. Yeah, you used to want to play Twister with your sister. Ah ha 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 ha. Yep, you heard me. Adam Sandler is a funny actor, but my god, this is his worst film where he plays two characters and one of them is his twin sister. So much product placement. Al Pacino was wasted in his film. I don't know why he agreed to this. He's much better than that, but the jokes are unfunny. The movie itself is absolute garbage. 2012 is Food Fight, hands down the worst animated movie ever made. The story is messy, the animation is awful and ugly. The characters are unlikable. They try to rip off Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Toy Story, but with food products and food mascots. They try to make movie references that kids will not understand. It's a disaster of a film, let's just say that. 2013 is a good day to Die Hard. I love the Die Hard franchise. Hey, come on, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. The first one is one of the greatest Christmas films and action films ever made. It's one of the best. It's one of my favourites. It has good sequels like the second, the third, and the fourth film. But this fifth film is just insulting. Terrible editing. No good story to tell. It's a confusing mess. And yeah, I love this franchise, but it hurts to talk about this one. Moving on. 2014, The Legend of Hercules. Worst movie version of Hercules. It's boring, and if you want to watch a good version of Hercules, just watch the Disney version. It's better. Enough said. 2015, my least favourite movie of all time, Fantastic. It could have been better than the 2000s movies, the 2000s Fantastic Four films, but nope, it was worse than those. It has a boring plot, awful action scenes, way too dark and grim. Dr. Doom is an atrocious villain, in this version at least. This damaged Josh Trank's career, and it's abysmal. That's all I can say is, fingers crossed that the MCU version of Fantastic Four is better. Please be good. 2016, Norm of the North, another one of the worst animated movies ever made. Stupid story, irritating characters, awful humour. And if you ever have kids, do not show them this movie. 2017, The Emoji Movie. Fuck this piece of shit. 2018, Holmes and Watson, one of the worst adaptation parody of the beloved Sherlock Holmes stories. Need I say more? 2019 is Cats. Meow. 2020 is a tie between Dolittle and Cuties. Couldn't decide which one I hated more because Dolittle was a bad start for 2020, which is an awful year in general. Robert Downey Jr., you're a great actor, but doing this movie as your first post-Marvel movie, that was a big mistake. And Cuties, it's a disgusting film. I don't want to talk about it. 2021 is Home Sweet Home Alone. I love Home Alone 1 and 2. This franchise really should have ended the second one because this sixth film is pointless and it's just as crap as the third, fourth and fifth film. Anyways, 2022 last year was Morbius. It's Morbin time. The second most boring superhero film I've ever watched. I mean, making the villain into a good guy is just dumb. The special effects look early 2000s looking. And yeah, it's a stupid movie. That's all I can say about Morbius. Anyways, 2023 so far, and I don't think anything's going to top it. Anything's going to be worse than this is Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I love Winnie the Pooh, and I grew up with Winnie the Pooh, but making a horror film based on the beloved silly old bear is just a stupid idea. I mean, that's not what Winnie the Pooh is. Ugh, go fuck yourself. But thankfully, Disney was not involved with this version, so thank Lord for that. So yeah, those are the worst movies of every year since I've been alive, in my opinion. So, what are the worst movies of every year you've been alive? Tell me down in the comments, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.